This remediation is about finding X-intercepts and Y-intercepts. Alright, what will you learn in this video? You're going to learn how to identify the X-axis and Y-axis of a coordinate plane. You're going to learn how to identify the X-intercept of a linear function and a Y-intercept of a linear function. And you're going to be able to describe the pattern between X-intercepts and Y-intercepts. You will learn to solve a linear equation and then determine the X and Y-intercept and even graph it. So first we're going to go over some vocabulary. So the first vocab word we're going to practice is an X-intercept. Okay, now remember the X-axis is right here on the coordinate plane. And this one is the Y-axis. Okay, so if I'm trying to find the X-intercept, then I need to look at the X-axis. So si quieres encontrar el intercept de X, necesitas buscar el eje de X. Okay, so the X-intercept is actually where this red graph is crossing the yellow X-axis. So el intercept de X es donde la gráfica roja está cruzando el eje de X, que es amarillo. So they cross right here. Okay, so that is the X-intercept. All you have to do is count. So what number is this X-intercept? So ahora contar los espacios. So you have to count the spaces. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So the X-intercept is 4. Okay, now we want to write it as a point. Now remember, a point is X and Y. So ahora necesitas escribir este de un punto. So yo sé la respuesta es 4, el intercept de X es 4, pero ¿cómo puedes escribir este en la forma de un punto? So, X is 4. So X is 4. That means that Y is 0, because there's no Y right here. So the Y is 0. Okay, now we're going to do the Y-intercept. Ahora otro ejemplo, pero necesitas buscar para el intercept de Y. So this is a different example. We're trying to find the Y-intercept. Okay, so for this one, okay, we're looking at the Y-axis. So this is the Y-axis. So where is the blue graph crossing the yellow Y-axis? So, la gráfica azul está cruzando el eje de Y amarillo. ¿Dónde? Aquí número. So they're crossing right here. So now you just have to figure out what number is that. What number is the Y-intercept? So, ¿qué número es el intercept de Y? So this is 0. This is -1, -2. So this is -3. So Y-intercept is -3. But how do we write that in the form of a point? So, ¿cómo puedes escribir esto en la forma de un punto? So remember, Y is -3. So Y is -3. Y es -3, so en el punto Y es -3. And then again, X is 0. And that's actually the pattern. Okay, so when you have an X-intercept, right, Y is 0. And when you have a Y-intercept, X is 0. Now quickly we're going to do a little review on how to plot a point. So remember, a point is always two numbers. Okay, un punto es dos números. The first number is x, the second number is y. So siempre el primer número es x y el segundo es y. So, for example number 1, I'm going to do green. Okay, 2 is x, and y is 4. So remember, this is the positive x side, this is negative x, this is positive y, and this is negative y. Okay, so positive 2 for x is right here. 1, 2. And then positive 4 for y is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the point would be, do color we can see, would be right here. Because this is x is 2 and y is 4. So x es 2, y es 4. So that's the first point. Ese es el primer punto. Okay, now let's do the next point. That was x, y. Negative 3 and positive 3. So we're going to go negative 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and then positive 3. Positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. So that point is right there. So that one's green. This one's yellow. Okay. We'll do the next one is orange. So negative 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. And then down negative 1, negative 2. So it's right here. Five, negative 1. So remember, this is x, that's y. So positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4, positive 5, negative 1 for y. So the point is right here. Okay, the next one, notice how there's a 0. So remember, if y is 0, that means that this is an x-intercept. So that would be 1, 2, 3, and the point is right there. And then the last point is x is 0. So if x is 0, this is a y-intercept. So that would be negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. And that's how you graph points. Okay, so the first type of problem we're going to be doing is if you're given a graph, finding the intercepts. So el primer tipo de problema es cuando tienes una gráfica, cómo puedes identificar los intercepts. So remember, x is this axis. That's the x-axis. So the graph is crossing negative 8. So el gráfico rojo está cruzando el eje de x a negativo 8. So you have to write it as a point. Necesitas escribir en la manera o la forma de un punto. So x is negative 8, y is 0. Okay, now we're going to be doing the y-axis. Okay, so the graph, the red graph, is crossing the blue y-axis at what number? So el gráfico rojo está cruzando el eje de y azul, aquí hay número. Okay, it is crossing at positive 4. So how do we write that as a point? ¿Cómo puedes escribir esto en la forma de un punto? Y is 4, so X is 0. All right, and that is how you identify the X-intercept and then the Y-intercept of a graph. All right, the next type of problem is if you're given an equation, solving for the intercepts. So el tipo 2 es cuando tienes una ecuación como puedes resolver para los intercepts sin gráfica. Sin una gráfica. Okay, first you need to have the equation 2 times. Okay, because the first time we're solving for the x-intercept, and then the second time we're solving for the y-intercept. A common mistake is that sometimes my students only do one equation, but we're looking for both intercepts, so you have to solve the problem 2 times. So, un error común con mis estudiantes es cuando estás buscando para los dos x-intercept y y-intercept, solo tienes una ecuación, pero necesitas hacer 2 veces porque la primera vez es para la x y la segunda vez es para la y. Okay, so we're going to do the x-intercept first. So, el intercept de x primero. So, step 1 is to draw a line. Okay, and since it's an x-intercept, we're going to say goodbye y. So, if we're looking for x, goodbye y. So, si estamos buscando para el x, adiós al grupo con y. So, goodbye. You need to cross it off. Necesitas eliminar. So, what do I have left over? I have 4x equals 40. So, ¿qué tienes sobrante? Tienes 4x igual 40. So, 4x is multiplication. The opposite is division. Goodbye, 4. Okay, remember that line means division. So recuerdas esta línea significa división. So 40 divided by 4 is 10. 40 entre 4 es 10. And remember, if you want, you can check in desmos. Entonces, recuerda si quieres, tú puedes usar desmos si quieres. So 40 entre 4 es 10. Okay, now you need to write it as a point. So x is 10, y is 0. And that's the x-intercept. Ese es el intercept de x. Now we're going to solve for the y-intercept. Draw the line. So, for the y-intercept, we're going to say goodbye x. So, para el intercept de y, podemos decir los adiós x. So, te puedes eliminar el grupo con x. So, you can eliminate the group with x. Now, what do we have left over? ¿Qué tiene sobrante? We have a negative 5y. Do not forget the negative. No olvides el negativo. Okay, this is multiplication. The opposite is division. And we're going to eliminate negative 5. Podemos dividir por negative 5 porque queremos la y sola. Goodbye, negative 5. Again, you can use a calculator. That line means division. So the answer is negative 8. Okay, so the y-intercept is this one. Y is negative 8 and x is 0. So that's how you solve it when you have an equation. Remember, you have to solve it 2 times and then write it in the form of a point. So recuerdas, para este tipo necesitas resolver 2 veces. La primera vez para x, la segunda vez para y, and then escribe en la forma de un punto. Okay, the last type, oh yeah, we have another practice of this one. So one more practice of type 2. So otra práctica de tipo 2, and then we have one more type after this. Y después este solo tienes un tipo más. So again, we have to solve it 2 times. So recuerdas, necesitas resolver dos veces. Okay, so for the x-intercept, goodbye y. And this one is the y-intercept. Goodbye x. Okay, so for the x-intercept first, we have negative 3x equals 6. This is multiplication. The opposite is division. So este es multiplicación. Un número uno letra juntos, multiplicación. El opuesto es división. So the opposite is division. If we want x alone, we have to get rid of the negative 3. So si queremos la aquí sola, necesitamos eliminar la negativo 3. Okay, and remember 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. So that is the x-intercept. So x is negative 2 and y is 0. For the y-intercept, we copy below y, copy below 6. So aquí podemos copiar la y abajo y copiar 6 abajo también. Y no necesitas hacer más. You don't have to do anything more. Y está sola, entonces esa es la respuesta. Okay, since the y is alone, this is the answer. So y is 6, x is 0. All right, and then the last type of problem is if you're given equations, solve and graph the intercepts. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We have to solve it 2 times. Necesitamos resolver dos veces. Okay, so x-intercept, goodbye y. And then y-intercept, goodbye x. And then draw the line. For the x-intercept, we have 5x equals 20. Multiplication, opposite division. And then 20 divided by 5 is 4. So aquí 20 entre 5 es 4. And that's your x-intercept. Okay, now you need to graph that on the graph. Ahora necesitas dibujar este en la gráfica. Este es x. Entonces, positive 4 es derecha. So positive 4 is to the right. So it's right here. We have that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now for the y-intercept. Do not forget the negative. No olvides el negativo. Okay, this is multiplication. Opposite is division. And then goodbye, negative 10. So we have y equals negative 2. And that is the y-intercept. And then again, we have to graph it. Ahora necesitamos dibujar este punto en la gráfica también. So this is positive y up here. And this is negative y. So since it's negative, it's down. Porque si es negativo 2, significa está abajo. So, negativo 2 está aquí. Si este es 0 en el medio, negativo 1, negativo 2. And then the last step is you do need to draw a line. El último paso necesitas dibujar una línea conectando los puntos. We're going to go like this. And that is the answer. All right, the next part is practice, and in one moment you can check your answer. Try doing this problem first without looking at your notes, and then answer the questions in this video, and then check your answer. Here is the answer. The x-intercept is 4, the y-intercept is 2. Here's type 2 problem, where you're given an equation, solve for the intercepts. Try it first without looking at your notes, and then check your answer. And here is your answer. Pause this video if you want to check. The last practice is type number 3. You're given an equation you need to solve and graph the intercepts. Try without looking at your notes first, and then check your answer in this video. Alright, here's the final answer. The x-intercept is 4. The y-intercept is -3. Don't forget to draw the graph and draw the line. All you have to do now is go on Canvas, click Target Quizzes, and then you can practice on GimKit x-intercept and y-intercepts of graphs. Good luck!